So you put out a post
Yeah.
about child trafficking, human trafficking,
Yeah, that's the thing.
and social media, and
What was a link? It was a link to something that was, your kid has already been targeted.
right. And there was something that we came across. There was I forget what publication it was in, but my wife knows somebody who was involved in the operation or whatever it was, and this grown woman, 30-something-year-old, posed as a 13-year-old. Had people like do her makeup and like strapped her breasts down and did a photo shoot, put the photo, created a social media account, and within like an hour or some very small amount of time, there were hundreds of hits and comments about like her body and like from all, it was just disgusting, absolutely disgusting. Really ran it on that. Anyway, this whole lead up really was to be like, I know that we are on the same page when it comes to social media and how kids shouldn't be on it.
Kids should not be on social media,
It
period.
was come back to the
Kids
circle
should not
here.
be on TikTok, kids should not be on Facebook, kids should not be on Instagram, kids should not be on Snapchat.
You can't control what they're exposed to.
It's too hard to monitor the vicious people out there. Like, it's not even so much of monitoring your kid as much as it's monitoring the people that are going to attack your kid.
Yeah.
It's literally, it's too easy. It's too easy to manipulate their little brains into thinking that their value is not what their value is.
Yeah.
And they love
threatening them.
and threatening them. They love you so much that if you don't do this, I'm going to kill your father. I'm going to kill your mother.
Or even just like shaming. Like,
Yep.
it's easy to get a kid to make a mistake and then hold that mistake over their head.
Yeah.
And then use it to either, if you tell, I'm going to kill your loved ones, or I'm just going to tell your loved ones that you made this mistake. And then the kid thinks, oh, if they know I made this mistake, they're not going to love me anymore.
Well, and if they're on social media, then their face is out there. And then if you're one of those people that has all of the names on the back of your car, which is another bad thing to do, because literally
we're a family
it's really easy to find information about your kid. Like, it just really is. So you were talking about this earlier today when we first got together, is when do you start having the internet safety conversation with your kid? And the reality is as soon as you put their hands on a tablet.
Yeah, if you disagree and you think it's fine to have your kids on social media, then you better be responsible enough to have a serious conversation with them about all of the creepers out there.
If you disagree, then you're kind of an asshole.
Then you're a bad parent.
Yeah, you're a bad parent. So said it. We said it. You're a bad parent. Deal with it. If your kid's on social media, you're a bad parent.
But you have to have that serious like, here are the evils. And if you're not comfortable having a conversation with your X-year-old about the really bad things that can happen on social media, then they shouldn't be on social media.
Like, somebody's gonna come.
I can't talk to my kid about that. They're too young. Then why the fuck are they on it in the first place?
Right.
I just got real passion.
Well, but it's true. It's true. Like, if you can't talk to your kid about how somebody's gonna steal them and rape them and leave them locked up in a room,
then they're not
mature enough to be
Yeah.
in those social environments. And fine, you don't want to take it to the extreme. You don't want to take it all the way to the point of, not all kids are abducted, not all kids are taken. Right, okay. But what psychological damage is it doing to your kid to think that this is the way they're supposed to look, or this is the way that they're supposed to behave?
Or in the bullying, we didn't even touch on that, right? The bullying on social media. It's so much easier to be bullied or to bully because maybe it's your kid that's doing the bullying, right? Like,
well, and the reality is there's no reprieve from school at that. Like, I was bullied in school. I don't know if you were.
Yeah.
But
I was a new kid like 7 times.
So was I.
Yeah.
So but at least when you leave school, there's a reprieve.
Yes.
Like, it's like, I don't have to fucking deal with it.
Plugged in 24/7.
But now I go home and, here's my thing. I make my kid leave her phone in the kitchen. Like, she has a phone because she's in middle school, so she needs it when she goes on field trips, or she's going to stay after school for a thing, or she needs a phone because there are no more pay phones.
Right.
Like, that's just not a thing. Like, pay phones aren't a thing. So she needs a phone. if there were payphones, that she'd have a bag of quarters, like that just be the way it was, like because I don't care. But no, she has a phone and it's locked, like it has no internet, no anything else on it. It's just a phone, but it has to stay in the kitchen in my house because I don't want her taking pictures in her room. I don't want her sending stuff out to her friends. I don't want her feeling like she has to behave as like. And I've seen her do stupid videos when I'm not home in the kitchen. Like I go through her phone, like I see the shit she's doing, and then I have to lecture her. Like, what is this nonsense? Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you being such a weirdo?
I'm not looking forward to that.
So one of my new rules that I'm implementing too is that when your kid, like when somebody else's kid comes to my house, they have to leave their phone in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because I've caught them on social media
Oh sure.
around the house. Like no,
Yeah,
like, I don't know what you do with
we
your
had
kid,
so
like-
we did some actually. I think it was the phone. The phone died. And we're like, yeah, that's fine. No, you're not going to charge it. So we
Yeah.
didn't have to. But yes, I have a friend whose son has a phone, younger than I would choose for my own kid, and so if you're going to be over, you guys aren't playing on the phone.
Yeah, no, they got phones because my stepdaughter goes to her dad's house. So we got her a phone pretty early on, but she literally only took it when she left the house to go with her dad because then she would have, again, it was about there's no
Yeah, they need to
phone.
be able to
You need
communicate.
to be able to, like, so it's just baffling to me that people don't understand that kids use their phone to do stuff that, like, you don't think about it anymore, but when you were a kid, like, you would do some dumb shit.
Yeah.
And I would have done some dumb shit if I had access to the internet.
Well, look at adult trolls, man. People still do dumb shit.
That's amazing. Like, it's, I don't know. Like, for me, the phone in the kitchen is a way for me to be able to go, now I can hear who you're talking to. I can
Yep.
hear what you're saying. You want to FaceTime in the kitchen? Fine, FaceTime in the kitchen. You want to text in the kitchen? Fine, I go through your texts. But I don't want you on your phone, like, just randomly talking to whoever or
So,
whatever. Like, we didn't.
When my wife was a kid and talked on the phone with her friends, they only had the kitchen phone.
Right.
I mean, it had like a 20-foot cord, but
Yeah, sure, you could move around the
Yeah.
kitchen or whatever, but,
but
it
like
was-
go sit in I think it reached to the living room or something. But no, you were tethered to the wall in a public family space.
Mhm.
Not
Well, there was no cameras on the phones then.
yeah. But I
There was
said
no
it's,
FaceTime. Like
Right.
there was no taking pictures and texting photos and